3 reasons that you have pain in a certain area and how to fix it. 1. Rotation or lack thereof. Oftentimes, when our joints are hurting, such as neck, shoulders, hips, ankles, lower back, knees, there's a lack of ability to rotate in an area. Think about most of the common ways that a joint or a muscle or ligament gets injured is when it's twisting motions. And because most athletes, most people only train in linear up and down ranges of motion and not rotational ranges of motion, this leaves them vulnerable to be more easily injured. So if you want to prevent injury and increase durability in a certain area that's a problem for you, you should consider incorporating some sort of a rotative type training into your programming, into your exercise regimen, because that is going to make your whole body more resilient to injury and to damage. Number 2, lengthening the muscle tissue, the ligaments. If you haven't trained a muscle in a deep range of motion before, if you don't stretch, if you don't take care of your body, then when you're performing some athletic movement, or somebody has you in an arm bar or kimura or any type of submission, joint lock, they are extending your joint, your arm, your leg to its peak range of motion and past it in order to break it. And why injuries sometimes occur here is because we haven't trained the joints in a deep range of motion regularly. And so when we don't do that and our arm is extended and it's extended past my head, if I haven't trained flexibility here in this range of motion, it's more prone to injury. If I haven't trained my legs in a good range of motion, in a deep range of motion, and someone spreads my legs apart, whether it's for a guard pass or even put me in a banana split or something like that, if I haven't trained in a deep range of motion, my legs, my arms, my neck, my back are going to be more susceptible to injury. Deep squats, deep stretching, things like that. Getting your muscles, your tissues, joints to be stronger in a lengthened position allows you to be so much more resilient and durable, less prone to injury, and it helps to mitigate pain a lot of times in certain problem areas for a lot of people, such as the ankles, the hips, the back. Train to lengthen muscles. Train in deep ranges of motion. And that is going to help you prevent injury all across the board. Number 3, strengthen. Now, common sense, a stronger muscle, a stronger body, a more resilient body is going to be harder to injure, is going to be more ready and capable of not only producing force, but being able to take force against it. So if you're looking to prevent injury, one of the best ways to do this is through an adequate amount of strength training. Because the thing is, and this is a common misconception, strength training not only strengthens the muscles and the ligaments, but we now have research and evidence that shows that strength training also hardens your bones. It strengthens your bones. So your entire body is strengthened when you do weight training, when you do weight regimens. So when we're looking about trying to prevent injury or decrease pain in an area, sometimes that part of our body is just weak. So when it's put in a fatigued or a unideal state or plane of motion, it breaks, it tears, it aches, it has inflammation because it's not strong. You know, it's like the same thing in life. If a person has a weak mindset, a weak mentality, when something happens to them, they get all shooken up super easily. But a person who is trained and refined their mindset to be able to handle difficult situations, when something comes their way, they're more readily able to bounce back. It's the same thing with our bodies. It's the same thing with our muscles. When you're putting your muscles and your body under stress, under selected amounts of stress, it builds up resilience. Just like selected amounts of mental stress builds up mental resilience. And so this way, when you're going in for a takedown, when you're trying to resist against an opponent, you have strength in the arms, you have strength in the shoulders, you have strength in your back. And this allows your body to be more resilient. And resiliency and durability and strength is what is going to help you stop from getting injured.